Hey, howdy, hey YouTube, this is Wide Open Prepper. Coming at you live again, pre-recorded on a lovely evening. Title of the video is intended to get some attention. I do believe that this is possibly one of the best preps someone could buy that quite possibly is totally overlooked by the community. I took a look at YouTube and did a search before doing this video to see if I could find this item relating to preps or preparedness for disasters, and I couldn't find it. One of the things I can't stand about titles like this that you see on YouTube is there's some big long dragging introduction that people give before they actually get to the point. So I'm going to get to the point right off the bat, and then I'll go into the reasons why I feel that this is probably one of the best prep items that you can purchase if you're a prepper or you're for natural disaster or anything along those lines. And here it is. Now, I wouldn't have known what this was a few months ago. And for those of you that still don't know, I can tell you that this is a fire hydrant wrench. You use it to open up the floodgates of the fire hydrants of your local community. And it took me a few years of prepping to come up with this idea, because the problem of storing lots of water is a big one. And you can have 10 55-gallon drums, 15 55-gallon drums full of water, and it's not a lot if you've got a family of 3 or 4 or 5. And the minimum is 2 gallons a day. I mean, you've got to bathe, you've got to eat. Just if you do the math on it, it's not a lot. So it took me, I don't know when I came up with this concept, but obviously there's two types of people. We have urban environments, and then we have folks that live out on maybe a well. And I still think that this is something that you should consider purchasing, even if you have a well. I think you can go and buy one of these for about 25 bucks online. And there is a website called firehosedirect.com, and that's where I got this one. And you can buy yourself a hydrant wrench, and I'm telling you, you're going to be the only one in your neighborhood that's got one, unless you've got fireman preppers. But why would you want something like this? I think it's obvious, and I don't think I'm going to be able to lean this. I'll just hold it like that. You can have all the bottled water you want. If you've got a fire hydrant in your neighborhood, it would be a great source of water. Now, obviously, do you want to let your neighbors know that you have this? Do you not want to let them know? Do you want to use the wrench maybe in the middle of the night where nobody could see you, and you would be able to procure water? And not only in your neighborhood, but this will open any fire hydrant anywhere. I mean, you've got plentiful sources of water. So and again, I think that this would come in handy really for any living environment that the United States has to offer, whether it be city, suburbs, rural areas. I think it's important. So that's about it. I would encourage anybody to go and spend 25 bucks and get yourself a fire hydrant wrench. It could save your life, and you could provide water for those around you, not just yourself, but your neighbors. Because I do believe that trying to survive a shit hits the fan scenario, or without rule of law, by yourself, I mean, it would be very difficult. You don't have to let your neighbors know that you're a prepper and that you've got stuff, but you might want to at least get to know them. And I'll tell you what, I'm not the type of person to get to know my neighbors. And, it's not that I'm not a nice guy. It's just that when I'm not working and I have time off, I have to admit I'm like most men. I'm an isolator. You know, I like to crawl in my cave and be by myself. And when I go out to get my mail and I see my neighbor down the street, you know, I kind of avoid them. Or when I go to the supermarket and I just, you know, I want to put on my hoodie and my dark sunglasses and get through there and just have some peace. But, you know, I think it's really important to at least get to know your neighbors because, you know, if the roving bands come, you're not going to be able to fight them off with one AR-15. It's just not going to happen. So anyhow, this is Wide Open Prepper. I encourage you to subscribe or like the video if you like the video. If you don't like the video, tell me you don't like the video. Constructive criticism, always good. Shit talkers. Will probably, well, not all shit talkers. I like to talk shit myself, but you know, people that go over the edge will be banned. But anyhow, that's not a threat. I'm just throwing that out there. God bless you guys. Take care, and we'll see you next time. God bless the USA.